think this documentary has been very useful for me, particularly because it's been a record of what I've done, very much in keeping with the diary that I kept. First on the DGM label diary site, and also then on the Fractured Zone diary site, Mark Graham's diary website. But this has been quite good because when you see yourself and you see exactly who you are, and it's not an illusion, because I think very much we tend to live inside our heads, don't we? And we have this illusion, and we never see ourselves as others see us. And I think the great thing about a documentary is that it gives us the opportunity to see ourselves perhaps as others see us. Yeah, take that out if you will. It just comes out right until the chorus starts. Well, we've just finished mixing the album, which is going to be called Sorrow, S-O-R-O-R, and today's date is the 18th of November maybe, and I'm losing track of the days. Anyway, we did from 5 o'clock to now, which is like 5 hours, so it's 5 till 10, more or less, and yep, it seems to have gone quite well, as ever. I'm absolutely shattered. A day of teaching followed by a day of mixing an album. Yeah, I think that it's more or less done. Track order's right. There are 11 tracks, I think. 2 were missed off because I just felt that they didn't sit well on the album. And all kinds of little things have been tidied up, and what we did last week, there's a song called Like Dorian Gray, which last week I added all this stuff to it and it was just dreadful, so anyway I've got rid of all that, and we actually got it down now to a decently sized track, and the arrangement I think is a lot more successful, so yeah, that's better. And there are other little things which we've had to readjust, like violin pitches and clarinet pitches, which the intonation was out, so we've had to readjust the intonation of those. My vocal pitching was just dreadful. My vocals are just dreadful, and the older I get, the worse I get at pitching notes. I mean, it sounds crazy. I don't think I was ever very good anyway, but pitching notes is very difficult because, of course, in the low register you tend to push notes, and so it's just not right. Anyway, so there's no tuning software in the studio, so we had to readjust things after we'd finished. So that's all been done. But other than that, I think it's reasonable. Listening to it in the car now on the way home, I'll give it a good listen over the weekend. It should be okay. We go and master it on Tuesday at Ken Nichol's studio in Preston. How's that going to work out? I don't know. It might be alright. Ken's great and he'll do a great job on it. But it'll probably sound a little bit different again. It'll sharpen things up. And so we'll take it from there. Right, yeah, the acoustic album. Well, we mixed this on Thursday evening, got home to find 2 of the vocals were rather low, so I had to go in again today and remix the tracks, 2 of the tracks. I also found a couple of other mistakes on the track, so those were put right. And the album is going to be called Sorrow, S-O-R-O-R, and the sorrow in alchemy is of course the mystical sister, who helps the alchemist to, well, she's the other half of the alchemist's quest in creating the philosopher's stone. I suppose really she's the alchemist's feminine side, the invisible side of the alchemist. And I thought Sorrow, as I've got an interest in Jungian psychology, and of course Jung had an interest in alchemy, and thought that there were parallels in analytical psychology and parallels between analytical psychology and alchemy, both being an opus, both being a quest to discover the hidden part of the person involved. In other words, a kind of quest for the philosopher's stone. I thought the word sorrow was a good title for the album, so that's what the album's going to be called. So next phase of it happens on Tuesday. We're going to Ken Nichols to master the album. Ken was the guitar player for Steel Eye Span for a number of years. He also played with Ashley Hutchings' Albion band as well, and he's a very fine guitar player and also has a studio. So that's the next stop. Once it's mixed, then I'm going to sit on it and listen to it for a while and see what unfolds next. It's been quite it hasn't been a difficult album to make whatsoever. I mean, it seems to have recorded itself. It's been the songs wrote themselves. Dave Cottrell was on hand to record it at Studio 410. He's very good at what he does. And so on Tuesday we'll have a finished master copy of the album, which will be excellent. I never really ever thought that that I'd return to writing songs and playing acoustically, but that's just the way it's happened. These things just happen. So I mean, my philosophy is just to go with it. I suppose the next stage then is to try and get a record company interested, or release it myself. I'm not quite sure. I'm not absolutely 100% sure about which way to go yet, but that'll become clear over the next couple of months. I don't like to push things. I just like to allow things to come about quite naturally. And then I feel really I haven't done any of the pushing, so it hasn't been me who's done it. Not that I'm lazy, I don't like to feel that at all, but the whole point is that I think really that I don't really want ego involved in this. And I always feel that if ego's kept out of something, then the unconscious has a way of working and bringing about what's really meant to be. It might sound mystical and crazy, but that's the way I like to work, so I'll continue to work like that for as long as possible. Technically, the album has posed no problems at all. I was just watching what that car was going to do. It looked like it was going to hit that fan, but it didn't. So it's been absolutely fine, and I'm quite pleased with the results. I think the songs, one or two of the songs which are memorable enough to be totally irksome, and people keep telling me the songs keep going around their minds and can't get them out of their heads, which is good really. So yeah, see what happens next. Difficult to say.